Hey everyone, there are many more tutorials on modeling in Unreal Engine 5, so go to VR Division Academy and let's get started. Good morning, so let me know if you can hear me, and I think I need to fix the camera. We will continue working on our environment, and I got some reference, I got more mood boards. We're gonna do some displacement today in Unreal Engine 5, import some assets and just make some nice compositions, pictures in UE5. There is an environment I already made few weeks ago, I think, and we want to copy this to the other environment. So before we do that, I need to check on my maps here. So I'm gonna make a folder, call it scene 4, and add everything to that folder. All right. And at the moment, so I think, hey, all right. The camera is working. Let's do this. All right. Good morning, everyone. Finally. So we will continue modeling in Unreal Engine 5. I showed you the reference pictures we will keep working on. I have some Quixel sand materials downloaded already. So dry trampled sand, dry fine sand. I will replace the floor material with these, the floors generally. And we will start mixing scenes together. So this scene, if we collapse the word outliner, everything now, we have so many meshes outside. So the easiest way to clean this up, let's make scene _2. Just put everything here. I might make another map just for the lights, so we can easily separate that from scenes. So let's make now a folder for the meshes. We already have one. To select all the static meshes within the project, we can press Ctrl+Shift+A. Once we select a static mesh or any actor, actually, the shortcut to select similar is Ctrl+Shift+A. So we can right click, move to, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. Interesting. Let's just move it to mesh, except for this guy. Right, easy peasy. Let's make a new folder, call it cameras. Select one camera, press Ctrl+Shift+A, but in the 3D viewport, it would not work in the word outliner. Lighting, so we take word lighting, that would go outside. So let's just call it word, and this would contain the post process, the sun, the atmosphere, everything global. So let me check if there is anything wrong. If all is good, quality check. Everything global. Okay. Hey. So there are 4 people here. Introduce yourself. Say hello. Good morning or evening. Pure wreck. Yay, finally. How to add health and damage? That's a good question, but it's game related. Let's see, since today's session is also Q&A, completely forgot to answer that, so I can answer your questions. Let's just Google it, bro. So what are you making, Pure wreck? You're trying to make a game? So this might be a good tutorial on health and damage on blueprints. So the first step you need to learn if you want to create health, damage, game mechanics, anything pure rec, you need to start learning blueprint. So blueprint is the visual scripting in Unreal Engine, and it would allow you to create anything basically you can think of the more you learn blueprint. So this would be a good tutorial. I'm gonna put it for you in the chat, and I hope this helps, buddy. Adnan, hey, top of the morning. Good morning, Habibi. How are you, Kifak? Are you staying hydrated? All right. So for now, I will go to window, get levels for now. Gonna keep things simple. I press Ctrl space to open the content browser, click and drag this level. Place it here. But before we do that, we need to go and get rid of the lighting inside this level. So let's hide this level completely. Oh no, thank you, Unreal. Hey, Michael. How are you? So where are you guys watching from? Is it morning? Is it evening? So let's come to this level. And we can type in the search light. And it would show anything light related. So we can select the skylight and the directional light and we can delete them. What else do we have? Yeah, that's enough. We can organize this a little more from here. Oliver, what's up, my boy? Good, good. How are you, man? Good to see you again. So let's select all these static meshes, put them in a folder called meshes, game lights. Let's delete the sky atmosphere. Let's keep the cameras. We have one camera. Let's remember to press Ctrl S every few seconds just in case Unreal crashes. And we have water. So let's make a new folder, call it water, click and drag these, put them there. Scene, it's, I guess, wait, what is this? These are the laptops. So, laptops. It's kind of fun. It's not kind of fun, it is fun. Lumen. But this is why we need to have a large surface for emissive materials so they can work properly. So let's make this as a big boy. Whoa. Yeah, that's dope. That's a happy accident, guys. There is some water here and there is the laptop. Adnan, alhamdulillah, doing great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing great too, buddy. Thank you. I'm very happy. All is good. By the way, thanks a lot for the tutorials, man. Thank you, Adnan. It's my pleasure. So, a background on everything we're doing in today's tutorial or today's stream. I'm working on a personal project, creating minimal environments like this, stealing basically from others, but like an artist. So I have my mood board. and I'm trying to practice modeling in Unreal Engine 5 and doing everything as much as possible only inside Unreal Engine. So far in everything I'm using Unreal Engine only, and the only model I have that is not made in Unreal Engine, obviously, is a CAD model of the laptop that I asked Asus to send me, and they did. So thank them. Thank you, Asus. And yeah, it's dope. I love it. So in case you don't know why is the main reason I chose this is as a personal project, by the way. I'm sure all of you heard of the metaverse now. So what I want you to do if you want like to get in the industry of being the first wave of metaverse architects, let's say that. If you remember Nike fan project we did last year, it's what not for Nike, but this one got us so many projects in VR division as a studio now. And the idea of creating environments for brands, I say this in every stream, there will be, like the way I see it, in the next 10 years, there will be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of environments will be created for all purposes in for anything you can think of, because of the how like it's getting more accessible. Internet is getting more accessible to everyone, and it's also getting faster. And pixel streaming, like, so combine these technologies, if you think of it long term, making environments and building environments for the metaverse, for brands, for businesses, for your portfolio. Imagine if your portfolio is actually an environment. So like, yeah, here's an idea. I am creating for my portfolio, for our portfolio as VR division, not me, all of us as a team. We want to create like a room, and imagine instead of these, for example, put buildings, your architectural buildings or apartments, and it's a virtual museum, and you do that with pixel streaming. So that is the main reason we are doing all of that, this fun stuff. Oh my god, don't crash. Yeah, that is what the main reason we're doing all of this. So I suggest all of you guys, whether you're watching now or in future or in the past, that you just take this as an inspiration and do something similar. Do it for a brand you like, or for people you like to work with, for a furniture company maybe you want to present them an MVP or something to put you on portfolio. I highly recommend doing this. So if you don't have a portfolio already and a website or all that stuff, this would be one of the first steps you can take now for the new year, right? Like the 2022, the first 3 months, you can build small product that you can present as a package of all the services you do as an Unreal Engine developer or artist or architect, right? So yeah, let's stay hydrated. Hey, Michael from Cambridge. Nice, man. I'm currently in Istanbul, so good evening for you, right? Or is it even you're going to sleep soon? Adnan, the tutorial on a landscape material would be really great. Yes, I am working actually on reverse engineering a tutorial, a landscape material I saw in the marketplace. It's like I'm trying to create a nice Mars environment, but in Unreal Engine 4, and I'm learning some tessellation stuff. So once I learn what's going on, I can share what I learned. Absolutely. Hey, Oliver, happy Christmas to you and to everyone. Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. So, any more questions, guys? Today's session is Q&A. So I want some Unreal questions. And I hope all of you, by the way, are having happy, good holidays. It's going well. So tell me, you're having happy, good holidays? End of the year? Feeling good? Excited about the new year? If I can recommend, by the way, a book, just one before we get back into Unreal, there is this called 12-week work year book. It's a concept I've been working on for the past 2 years, 3 years in real life, like following some rules from this book, some things I learned from here. In a nutshell, it just tells you to think of a year Just like think of what you can do in a year and compress that into a plan of action in 3 months. Read it. It's a good book. Hey, good evening, Michael. So I hope it's going great for you, Michael. So let's get back to Unreal. All right. For some reason, I cannot move. Okay, interesting. Let's save this map and let's go back to our old scene and let's add underscore here. So it's scene underscore 2. I hope this time it works. So let's go first to window, open the levels tab, and drag our scene here. I'm gonna right click and change streaming method. Blueprint. Yeah, keep it blueprint. So we can, when we press play, it would be unloaded. So we can load it with blueprint, and that's exactly the point. So I'm trying to create like can I real-time cinematic experience that would change environments, change lighting, because everything in Unreal Engine 5, Lumen, Nanite, it's possible. And yeah, it's kind of nice to walk around this as a game like this. I would love to expand on this as a world. Who's down? Hey, Ghost Reborn. Good morning. Purek. So you are new to game development and I'm learning new things from my channel. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad you're learning things from my channel. And if you're new to game development, there are some the best tutorial I actually can recommend for game developers, aspiring game developers who want to get into Unreal and blueprints, especially blueprints. That's especially for you, Rick. So I want you to go to Unreal Sensei channel and watch this, how to create a game in Unreal Engine 5. So here's a link also for you in the chat. What I also do recommend, if you go to Unreal Learning Online, no, Unreal Online Learning, it's okay. You go to Google and Unreal Online Learning. If you make an account here, there are so many tutorials you can search from. So let's go to the learning portal. Let me just sign in, I believe. Yeah, I think I have to sign in. If you don't know this, Rick, also go to learning, Unreal Engine Online Learning. Yeah, there we go. So here you can go to the content library. You can find an industry you want to learn. So if you are learning games, you can find games. If you want to learn about automotive, broadcast, anything you can think of within the industries, Unreal Engine allows you to work with. So that's what's beautiful about learning Unreal Engine. When you learn Unreal Engine, it's not only for architecture, it opens doors for you, as you can see here. I love like the animation they have. If you learn Unreal Engine for architecture for the first 1, 2 years, 3 years, naturally it's just get like a second nature with it, especially if you also learn few things, you will be able to transition between industries, and that's really important in today's world, guys. You want to have as many options as possible and, you know, work on things you love and get paid for it. So that's why this is a good place and get badges. No one pays me to say this, by the way, but it's just my really the like the most important tip I would ever give to any aspiring game developer. If I knew Unity, I would recommend Unity, but I don't use Unity. I've been using Unreal for the past 6-7 years. So this is my #1 tip for anyone who wants to get into Unreal Engine. They are beginners. There is our channel, there are other channels, there is this learning portal. They are always adding. There is so much love is here in the new learning portal. with feedback given from the community, you can find, oh, what happened? So that's a good place to start. And of course, can I make another advertisement on VR Division Academy, guys? Yeah, go to VR Division Academy, make an account for now, and wait for the new website we're making for the new year. That's my advertisement. Done. Let's go. So let's read the chat before we continue. Michael, I'd love you if you can talk about 3D scanning and the importing of UE5 to create sequences. I would love to cover 3D scanning in future. I actually started watching William tutorial and Punisher tutorial on 3D scanning, and I am really like, I can't wait to get a camera and whatnot. But for at the moment, I'm using my phone to scan, to take pictures, and using the free stuff. So I would love to cover stuff, but for now, if you didn't watch this yet, reality capture to UE5, the workflow, I would highly recommend doing so. This is one of the, like, this is your one-stop shop for everything you need to learn about 3D scanning, I believe. Yeah, boy, William. Set dressing. That is something I would love to cover. And I think set dressing is always amazing. Like the final result, I would love even, William, if you're seeing this, please show us how you did the final result, man. Like he's like a magician. Bam. Here's the house, and he's like, bam, right? So, yeah, man. So that's for you, Michael. And there is a course I would love to once I have the time to like to invest in it, to buy it and to watch it by I forgot the name. I'm gonna remember it. It's by Unreal Blender Shrimp 3D. Yeah. Creative Shrimp. Gleb Alexandrov. This course, man, the teaser is just like holy shit. So watch this, and this is also this is the ultimate, actually. Also, Michael, if you want to expand on the knowledge you will learn from William video, this is the second option on the roadmap for you if you want to specialize in photogrammetry on the long run. So here is a link to that as well. These are good questions, my guys. Keep them coming. Mike, what's up? Thank you so much. Thank you. My channel, I'm glad we helped. Getting started with Twinmotion. You know what, Mike? I'm getting actually requests on the second part of Twinmotion. So I think we will make live sessions if you are watching around this time on Twinmotion. Maybe tomorrow. Why not? Twinmotion gets so many updates and I'm excited to get back into it. I feel like I never done anything for Twinmotion community, and there is so many of amazing Twinmotion users on the Discord server. So I'm glad, Mike. It's good to see you, man. Good stuff. Michael, have a good night's sleep, man. Stay hydrated. Let's continue. All right. So if we click shift to collapse everything here, this scene, I think we need to organize it again. So we press one of these static meshes, we press Ctrl Shift A to select all static meshes, and we move them to a folder called meshes. It makes sense. I hope nothing. What is in here? So what's in this folder? I can, you know what? I'm gonna select all static meshes and move them to a new folder. So I just make sure that folder is completely empty. Okay. So meshes folder is empty. So I'm just gonna press Ctrl Z twice and more, maybe. Oh, not for you, sir. Oh, okay. Before we do that, because we have scene 4, sorry, my bad. We should not do that, because this would mess our levels. And I need to learn the new systems in the world building in Unreal Engine 5 because this is still the old school way to have a full map like this. This is not good practice, I believe, at this point. But I'm a noob, forgive me. I'm doing things the way I remember them, the bad habits. So let's add rect lights here. Select all these rectangular lights in the scene and put them in one folder. Add new folder, call it, oh. What is my new folder? Is this a is this the place all new folders go? Now I know. I've been creating new folders for the past 5 days and like, what is my new folder? Not the past 5 days, but you know what I mean. Oh my god. Oh, the whole morning. Okay. It's like, what are you doing? So let's restore this tab now. It's important. Let's bring everything back to normal. And where is the levels tab? Let's bring it back. So we can hide this level. Actually, we can unhide this level first and see if there is anything within these new folders. So if we type new, these new folders are empty, all of them. So let's just delete them or move them here to the, actually let's just delete them. Okay. And I think I closed my levels tab, right? No, I didn't. Where is it? Ah, there we go. My bad. I'm gonna select first the camera here and Control X first, double click on the persistent level. There is a better way to move it, but I just wanted to move it this way. And in this level, I'm gonna right click, select everything, and perhaps move them slightly here. Okay, and I know from when I made this level that this level is the center of the world, so it's like on 0 on the in terms of the y-axis, so I can like make symmetrical cameras easily. So we need to move all of this as well to the right, so we will do that today. And but before we do that, we're gonna start with it with the like displacement maps I told you about in the morning. So new folders. Oliver, bruh, if I made and send you a model SketchUp, yeah, man, do it. Oliver, if you have a model, actually not all of you guys, if you have a model you want me to, let's see, like import it, maybe in the upcoming streams, yeah, at vrdivision.com. Please don't send me virus. Send me a model in SketchUp or 3ds Max if you are having difficulties with it, so you can make requests. And the best way I know, I see the comments, I read the comments, I told you about everything, but the best way also to reach is for this. Like now, I think I'm making these streams hopefully to answer your questions in Unreal Engine during these live streams. So just may God help me stay consistent. So send me, Oliver, your model in SketchUp and let's do it tomorrow. But tomorrow we will do twin motion, so we can make your SketchUp model in twin motion and Unreal Engine if that's good. So yeah, of course it's good. Yeah. All right. The easiest way to select everything and move it is to select everything and move it. So I'm gonna hide that map. And before we do that, I want to approximate where is the exact middle. it's actually this camera. So if you move everything, we cannot move this camera as well. So with this camera, we need to unlock it first because this camera got this view, right? And we need to preserve this view. I don't want to destroy it, but it's locked. And if we have a million actors that their transform is unlocked, but one actor is locked, you cannot move anything. So this is stay. What else? Oh no, don't crash. For some reason, by the way, any of you guys, if you are in immersive mode, F11, I mean, and you press Control Space, it bugs. So I cannot open my content drawer, the content drawer when I am in immersive mode. Any of you is having the same problem? So if you press F11, and now I'm gonna press Control Space, my viewport is going to freeze. Epic fixed this. Nice, Oliver. I look forward to see it. Now, okay, can I thank you so much, Andre? No. Uh, I please. Let's give it time, guys. Let's be patient. This is what happens basically when I press Control Space if I am in immersive mode. I can't do anything. I swear to God, I don't want the content browser anymore. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I wish if I apologized to the engine earlier, it would just... So now we can move this. And all we need to do is to align the cameras. And that's kind of easy because we are using the grid. So we preserved all the views and everything looks nice. So if you go to F11, looking good. Let's do this. Sorry, let's do this and this. And now we need to do better job integrating these two areas. And here's the good stuff. So you remember this shot? No, it's gone. Well, we can bring it back soon. But there is a shot like this, right? And this thingy here, if we open the other map, the original map, with the animation in it, there is a tutorial that was supposed to come yesterday. It still needs some edit. I'm gonna find a way, maybe. By the way, if any of you guys is willing to help me review the videos before we upload them to the channel. So yesterday, for example, one of my 3D artists told me, hey, you said this part in this tutorial and it didn't make any sense. This is one of the main bottlenecks. I cannot upload to YouTube as often. So if you want just to watch tutorials before anyone else and leave a comment. So basically, here's how we do it. Here's the video coming soon. So it's the Asus project for this laptop. It's like one I told you about. And you can leave a comment. There is a review. If you want that. So there is like, wait, let's see. There, I'm making tutorial series on how to model furniture from Blender and 3ds Max to Unreal Engine, but not from scratch. Basically, where is it? Yeah, there are 4 videos that are, I think, even edited. They just need like, everything makes sense. They just like needs, okay. So you can reach out to me on the email as well. Tell me, hey man, I'd love to watch the tutorials and give feedback and all that good stuff. To help us make sure the content we put on YouTube, it makes sense, it's fun, it's, not boring. I want your feedback, guys. Like, I really want to improve this channel. And the only way to improve your channel is by telling, I love your questions. I love what you're telling me to learn, uh, and what you want to improve on. So just keep them coming. Tell me, hey man, that video is too long, or that you know, and you don't have to be nice. Give it straight, just like Mr. Beast. If they're like, hey, your friends, like, I'm not gonna say it's a bad word, but it's okay. Don't be nice. Give me feedback. All right. Well, be nice, but you don't, Okay. So all of this, everything I showed you, it's mixed also with this scene. So the whole point is like to create this cinematic and to switch scenes in real time with the music. So let's open the music. I don't know what happened. Let's go. Now, let's go. One more time. This is the part, I think. So the workflow I do, the way I create all my cinematics in Unreal Engine is always the same, like the process. I find music I like on Epidemic Sound. Basically, till I search for my artist, I listen to the music, I download it, whether in Wave if it's for Unreal Engine, or MP3 if it's for the editing tool, like Adobe Premiere or DaVinci. But first of all, I import the music in Unreal and I start to create nice shots and like make them interesting. And then just the more shots I create, the more shots I have to make a longer cinematic. But I also don't create a million shots. I just, let's say, yeah, I create 60 shots, let's say. I take the best 7, 8 shots. So I'm not kidding. I make so many shots. You have no idea, but I like battle royale these shots to take the best 10, 20, depending on how many shots you see in a cinematic. So I create shots, and the way I create shots, it's really easy. I just create one shot, and this one shot have one camera, okay? In most cases, today it have this, and I don't know why it's here. It does not even have to be here, so it's not animated, but I don't want to delete it. Let's see. Yeah. See? One shot has one camera, 2 keyframes, point A, point B. Just one thing, please do. Don't leave Bezier, what do we call it? The I completely I forgot English. Sorry guys. The animation here, the curve, make it linear. Okay, so just select these two guys and click 4, and now it's linear. It's not, what is the word? Someone help me in the chat. Sorry, I forgot. My main brain stopped. Sorry. Okay, so that's the only main tip I would give for shots, because this, like curvy, let's call them, they would just make the shot start slow, accelerate, then slowly, slow. It just makes shot after shot after shot. It just makes the cinematic so boring. So you want to spice it up, sync it to music. So make it linear, and instead of right click, go from cubic, or it's not even that, there is another word. Instead of right click, the key interpolation. That's the thing I'm talking about. Go to linear, and then cut your shots. That's a secret for good cinematic, by the way. Make so many shots, battle royale these shots, linear animation, good music, make it short, 60 seconds is maximum, that's it. Don't make cinematic that is 5 minutes long or 10 minutes, please. Stop. 2 minutes, 3 minutes is okay. But like cinematic for Archviz apartment or something that's like 7 minutes. Sometimes I see some of them. It's like, no, you want to showcase the best of the project within the first 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Let's say that's the usually, you know, and everything else. Is in. Thank you so much. Yes, of course. Sometimes you need to ease in the animation. Like, it's not a break rule, but try to make most of your shots linear in terms of how the cameras are animating. Thank you so much, ZJY. That's one on cinematics, and that's all. So my idea, not my idea, but like I'm just stealing ideas from the internet, is to switch environments, by hiding and hide, just like the Matrix. Uh, I need to learn how they did that. When they reveal the city. Where here? Maybe I'm gonna do it now. Like I'm just gonna make it snappy, so easy. Here, yes. But the ultimate effect I want to learn this year, maybe this. Going from complete environment like this and slowly load in the other world. So let's watch it. Quarter speed. It's like, holy shit, bro. Wow. Anyone watched it in a slow speed, by the way? I never did. And I think I should. All of us should analyze it. How they did do that. So can I make a modular system to make this building? Can I make quickly nice pixel assets, streets, and like it's so much. Of course, it's not that easy, but um, you want to go to like what is this made of, right? And how can I make it? Of course, that's the question. Whether you are an architect, an animator, cinematographer, find your drugs here and go for it. Environment artist, lighting artist, metahumans artist. Analyze everything. So let's continue the chat. Oliver, thank you, man. My pleasure, buddy. Pierre, hey, greetings from Thailand. No, Trinidad, West Indies. Greetings, man. Pierre, sorry I pronounced that bad. Ghost, the Matrix demo is just, yeah. This welcome to the next generation video games, experiences, and everything. It's before 2022. We're in, guys. So you can imagine how things will be in 5 years, 3 years, 1 year actually. There is no. We used to say 5 years and 3 years. 1 year, guys. 1 year. Mark my words. In terms of graphics. So let's go back to the original scene we were working on, not the cinematic. Hey, ZJY, do you also know how to use Houdini? No, I don't know how to use Houdini. I always wanted to learn how to use Houdini. I also wanted to always learn how to use Blender. And I learned Blender, right? Like that's like say 2 years ago. Now I'm lucky because Blender have geometry nodes and have some the features I wanted to learn Houdini from the first place. So which is like the modular buildings and whatnot. And I think there is almost nothing you can. The geometry nodes is like everyone, all of us. If you work in architecture in any way, you should be learning geometry nodes. And there is also a plugin, and there are ways to integrate geometry nodes in Unreal Engine. Yeah, because especially if you want to create large scale buildings and environments. I mean, it will be easier, right? So let's say here's a real world example. Let's say I don't know how many years ago, but the ability to create, even though this is like just geodata and extremely very fast, like manually modified just to fit into the engine, I would this would be was so hard, and like the access to all of this was impossible. The data we have, the information we have access to today, so the modular buildings I'm talking about, all these things. So future projects that will be made like by one man army, let's call them, which is freelancers, solopreneurs, or you're starting your own studio, and like because the technical limitations and the more access to tools, more access to information, it will become easier to, like to build larger scale worlds that are more detailed. Well, I'm not saying yes, this is epic, but I'm saying on people like us. So there are these things you can learn, like geometry nodes, look development, procedural tools in Unreal Engine, blueprints as well, and this is tangible for you, right? If you look at this from this is the impossible when we see from the beginning, there are just core elements, and that would be the same on any other thing for metahumans, or but this is area outside of my experience. So if to the shorter answer to your question, Z, sorry, I don't use Houdini, but my advice for this question is, especially this question, if you want to learn Houdini as an additional tool to your arsenal just for the sake of creating modular and like making I would suggest learn Blender. Really, I'm not kidding. Unless you're using Houdini for specific tools that don't even exist in Blender yet and I don't know of. But for the purpose of environment design, modelings, architecture, metaverse environments, all these things, I would Blender. For visual effects and whatnot, I think I would just find a guy who knows Houdini. So, Z, what are you trying to achieve in Unreal Engine? What are you learning? Are you learning Houdini now? Are you learning procedural things or visual effects? I like this pool in the middle. But it interferes with our design here. So I think this pool in the middle has to go away. So this is the first environment. So we can open the level, hide the main environment. Oh no, thank you, Unreal Engine. Let's keep restore. Let's press Control space to open that level again. And now we know what to do. So this is our scene. Now we know what to do, but Unreal is not helping because I'm not too patient, am I? Okay. Unreal. It's not Unreal, I don't know. I'm not patient. Let's take a deep breath. And let's type the name of our project and let's open it. Ethan Films. The water looks amazing. Thank you. It's not my water, it's the water plugin in Unreal Engine. And I never did anything other than just put the water there and add the light. So I'm gonna show you. It's so easy to make water in Engine. And I think there are like, if you add light on it to make it look dope, it would look dope. Here. Maybe I had a shot earlier. I forgot to take work in progress screenshots. I wish if we had just a plugin that would take screenshots for us automatically during the process of creating the project. Yeah, that would be nice. So let's be safe now. I'm gonna open levels. I'm going to hide our persistent level, and the engine is going to crash again. So that's a bug. We should not mess with levels so much, I guess, so the engine would not crash. The more you know. The more you know. Okay. Z, thank you so much for the answer. My pleasure, buddy. I asked a friend for VFX industry, and he told me that I should learn Maya and Unreal Engine. He didn't mention Houdini, but I like the simulation that can be done there. I wish I could give you the ultimate answer on VFX, but I can't because I am technically not a VFX artist. I would say get familiar with all these tools. Just get started, okay? So you can start with Maya. Well, I would say start. The reason I said Blender is easy. So Unreal and Blender both are easy, and there are VFX tutorials on both. So whether in future, if you use Blender, if you use Maya, if you use Houdini, you will, and all these tools, you will use them for different purposes. Purposes? I don't know how to say that, based on your project. But the fundamentals are always the same. So for now, just get started in the direction you want to go through. The tool really does not matter at the beginning of your learning process, because the fundamentals are what are the thing that matters. So that's my my advice on this, Brewski. Yeah, Ethan. Um, there are things that like we should avoid, I think. Like now we know, all of us, at least for me, if we mess with the maps, with the levels, the engine might crash. So it's okay. So we don't mess with the levels. Easy peasy. So I'm gonna press F11 to go in the immersive mode, and we need to delete this part because it has another water below it. So let's press F here. Yeah, guys, let's play a game. Every time the engine crash, all of you just type F in the chat to keep engagement on this stream going. Maybe more people will discover this. More F in the chat. And while you're at it, leave a like so you can support us reach more people as well. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're learning something, that's the best way to really help us just reach more people. So just leave a like or a dislike if you don't like it. Just engagement. Hey man, my pleasure. Z, you are an angel. So, Shahid, which comp software do you use? I learned my beginning in the industry like 10 years ago. I started as a motion graphic artist and video editor, and I started learning 3D for motion graphics to create TV advertisements. So that was like 7, 8 years ago, and I learned um After Effects. So that is my tool of choice for composition and whatnot. I wanted to learn tools like what do we call DaVinci more because of the node-based color correction thingy. I don't know if it's been an extremely super long time since I used anything for composition. For now, I just do my best to keep everything inside the engine, let's say, as much as possible, and do all my color correction and everything I want within the engine itself. So recently I've been learning more about how to create post-processed materials to get the exact look you want. And oh my god, what you can do with the post-process volume, guys, and the materials you can create for it. So let's save everything first. And let's move this map. Ah, can I move it? Ah, there is an actor we cannot move. Why? Let's delete this for now because we will have it from another Where is the actor we cannot move? Okay, what can we do here? So I want to preserve this. I like this, right? So not this. So we like this. We also like the fact it's under the water, so we want also to preserve this. So we want to make a path away. I'm thinking logically, if this was an experience and someone would like press W to move forward, how would they move, right? So to do that, this is the platform, but before let's close the water first. Oh, no. When we are selecting, let's work. See, this is a problem we have when we have multiple levels. So let's just make our life easy, okay? And instead of having F in the chat, okay? I'm gonna start F. Sorry. Ethan, hopefully it doesn't crash. I saw it on all my channels. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate you. So, to make our life easy, let's open the level we want to open, which is this. Here we have all these static meshes, okay? I'm gonna just press Ctrl A and Ctrl X and Ctrl space and click my level and click here, and Ctrl V. Yes! Now, to make sure I still want all of this the same footage, I would just press Ctrl G just to be safe, and I press Ctrl S. Now, if the engine wants to crash at this point, I don't care. I have both levels here and everything is good. Thank you for the Fs in the chat. I love this. This is legendary for me. This is the first day in my life I get F in the chat like this. I love it. Adnan, as a student of architecture, do you think I should focus on learning Unreal Engine or Twinmotion or Blender and call it a day? That's a good question because there is only so many things we can focus on at one point, right? So if you are a student now in architecture, I don't know if Twinmotion is paid or free. I need to check because I claimed it for free when it was free, but I think it's paid at this point. So I would say learn Unreal Engine 5. It has Lumen and everything. Learn. You said SketchUp? No, you didn't say SketchUp. You said Blender. Learn Blender. Okay. And focus on learning 3D modeling first. So if you are an architectural student or a designer, you are someone who draw ideas. So focus on 3D modeling at the beginning of your journey in Blender or your tool of choice if you want to pay for something, to be able to visualize what's here on paper and then in your 3D tool of choice, whether Unreal Engine, not Unreal Engine for 3D modeling, Blender mainly. And once you learn 3D modeling and the workflow for real-time engines, you would learn, data math to Unreal, from Blender or from any tool to Unreal, so you can easily export your Blender file at the very end. There are many workflows we're gonna discuss soon in the channel on Blender. I'm still learning Blender to Unreal. And in Unreal Engine 5, you learn the basics of lighting, materials, blueprints, you get into storage. So start learning today if you want to learn two tools together. Let's call it a day. Or if you learn two things together in parallel, so you can design in Blender and visualize as fast as possible in Unreal Engine. So I didn't say learn materials and lighting and all of these in Blender. Just focus on learning modeling for now. And the next things, what's after modeling, the long-term plan, it would be, of course, unwrapping, materials, texturing, and how you can prepare your assets to a game engine. And you would add tools to your arsenal where you're like, It's, for example, texturing. If you want to make it really easy, like Blender, Unwrap, you learn that, and then you take your assets to Quixel Mixer, and you have a massive library to texture your assets. So that's how I would do it. If you ask me how you start, Yahya, me today, as an architectural student or 3D designer, I would learn Unreal Engine 5 and Blender and all the skills around 3D. Like I am a CG generalist at heart. So I like knowing tools, knowing workflows. So that's also something I do recommend, knowing how to collaborate with others and what they use and what are the, you know, so it can help you also be a technical artist on the long run. F's in the chat, thank you. So, you know, ISO, yeah, Clarice. Yeah, I do know Clarice. I was very curious about using Clarice Shahid, but I skipped because we have Nanite, and slowly but surely, whatever Clarice can achieve, Unreal Engine 5 is going to do the same. I'm certain. So that's why I've decided to skip learning a new tool to my arsenal that is about look development. So maybe if you are a concept artist at this point, maybe Clarice is a much faster option for you, unless you're super knowledgeable in Unreal. I don't know, but that does not mean don't learn Unreal Engine. I'm learn it. Unreal Engine is free until you earn 1 million with it. Technically, Unreal Engine is forever free, and if you make a project or a game or something that is monetizable where you make more than 1 million, they take 5% cut. And you can check, don't take anything of my words, you need to check the documentation, the facts on that. But if you go here to Unreal Engine download, so free to use here, the first 1 million USD of lifetime gross revenue of your product. So you can create as many products, and if one of them makes more than 1 million, they will take a reality of using the engine. So their business model, they succeed when you succeed. That's it stuck in my mind the moment I saw the video when they made Unreal Engine for free. It's in 2015. If you have never seen it, this thing, this video, if you love something, set it free. This changed my life. This UE4 free message, like this is Unreal was not nothing like it is today, by the way, in terms of data math and how easy it is to work with it. But it's beautiful to see the community growing, and it's amazing to see these free tools accessible to anyone, everyone, everywhere. It's nice, you know. Adnan, you have Twinmotion. I would learn Twinmotion because, by the way, the only thing I never mentioned about Twinmotion, this is my bad. Twinmotion is the easiest tool you can ever use to visualize your projects. It's like no brainer. It just maybe like 3-4 days of learning, and then you can make beautiful projects in Twinmotion. It has everything you need. By the way, if you're an architect, I'm sorry, that all my answer was like for world builders in architecture, because the main purpose, if you want to visualize your stuff fast, but Twinmotion. However, I am sure there is next to your arsenal as an architectural student, you use CAD programs, right? Like AutoCAD, SketchUp, Revit. Do you use any of these tools? But Twinmotion, learn Twinmotion. Exactly, exactly as you said here. It's good for very fast output, and very soon, I don't know when exactly, it will have Lumen as well, because it's built on top of Unreal Engine, right? So now I don't know why I have this here. Oh no, well, that's okay. So let's delete some assets. Did it crash again? A million times? I deserve the F in the chat. Nice. Just selecting and deleting. This is Bas, I'm working. Okay. I wish I didn't. We can duplicate. So let's select one of these. Let's select this. Let's select this and let's make it on 50. I love the water on the comment earlier. It's just beautiful. It's like, so this is magical, by the way. That is, by the way, another map I started here because this one is 100% modular as well. So I'm trying to keep things modular here for performance and whatnot. I keep all of that in mind when I'm working on my projects. I learned this slowly, right? I look forward for tomorrow's stream. We're gonna use Twinmotion. Whoop. I'm holding Alt F, Alt to move things around, F to focus selected. If you hold Alt and Shift, you can move the camera. This is why folders are so important. I think we need to organize our folders soon, but you can quickly toggle anything on and off. So let's make the same on this end. So what do we have here? Let's do this and this. More of that. More of this. I'm gonna step. Maybe we should take it outside so we can build something on top. And if the grid annoys you, by the way, if you're modeling something under the grid, because it is annoying me, we can turn it off. So if you go to show, you can turn off the grid, and now we can work without the grid. There are other ways to create. Oh no, don't crash. Press Ctrl S. If it crash, I would be mad. Press Ctrl S. Now you can crash engine. Can you make tutorial cinematic rendering in UE5? Because my cinematic does not look sharp and detailed, even rendered in 4K. I will get into this once I want to export the cinematics I am making for this project. We can go together in the live stream this week, perhaps, and do it. So I will call the episode "Exporting Cinematics" the live stream, so you can come back in future and watch it. So once I learn, because there are things I'm still learning and experimenting with on how to make my renders look nice. And of course, the main channel I would recommend for this is your boy William. He is the god of cinematics in Unreal at this point. So he makes the best tutorials on how the console commands you need to choose and everything. So why do we have this here? Oh, shit. So in case you don't know, just in case, the tutorials I can recommend now on using some console commands and whatnot for the engine are these. So troubleshooting foliage issues in Unreal Engine, this is a gold mine of he links to all his important tutorials as well on really good cinematics. So this is the video I do recommend on cinematic related questions in Unreal Engine. And once I make my stuff, hopefully we would learn new things together of exporting this stuff. So I hope this helps. That's a good question, Parmod. And if you find solutions on how you could improve your renders, I would love to hear from you how you improved your renders so we can also share it with everyone. I'm gonna press Ctrl G just to keep this grouped, and I'm gonna go to the tab This is annoying. I don't know. Why do we have this? Are they on the same plane? It's weird. Why? I don't get it, right? Let's just do this. And let's do this. Wow. Get hydrated. Hey, CSA. Hello, how are you? Adnan, on the limitations of Twinmotion, you were talking? Of course, it's not the same as Unreal. It's a good starting point because there are different purposes for different purpose for every project you make. Sometimes you need images very fast, and sometimes you need, well, not sometimes, after you create the images so fast. So it's a process, right? Um, I like this area, but I want to do something maybe like this, perhaps. And maybe have a pool here. Yeah. So I was saying, when we start a new project, first of all, we do the sketches into the AutoCAD, Revit, SketchUp, all these tools like that leads to the visualization of the project. And sometimes during this process, it is so much faster to quickly visualize something, or especially the project how it looks in Twinmotion. So we can approve on designs, we can generate videos, we can view it in VR, I guess, I believe, without the need to prepare and optimize and do anything. It's getting easier still with data methanol, but there is like Twinmotion, nothing. There is no way Unreal can beat Twinmotion in terms of how fast you can generate visualize your projects, and the terms of especially in terms of the assets and the library Twinmotion have, the furniture, the cars, the people, the trees, the foliage system, and how easy it is also to use. So that is, it's just part of the process, learning and using Twinmotion in the architectural project. Once we approve on the designs and whatnot, and we want to experience designs or present them to the end customer or end user, or like want to package it in a way, Unreal Engine. And hey, by the way, in Twinmotion you can do quick pixel streaming without the need to set up anything. It's just like few clicks away. So the cloud streaming. So other technical limitations for an architect to allow them to visualize their projects really fast are not there in Twinmotion. And if you want to get deeper in the technical side of things, let's call it, and the problem solve side of things, and especially digital twins, then Unreal Engine, of course. But I would learn, see, again, I would not choose one tool and delete all the others. I would learn mainly like Unreal Engine. If you're not learning Unreal Engine and you know all the other tools, well, let's if not Unreal, at least an interactive 3D game engine, right? Any game engine. So that's if we don't want to stick to Unreal. Let's say Unity. You can do always, like, all of them. All these tools are there to help you serve your idea. So again, that's why I recommend Unreal as a user. So interactive 3D, if you want to put it in this way, interactive 3D is the future of many industries. It's like transforming industries. 50, 150. Let's make it 50 and thickness of 20. So this part can drag it here. And I didn't delete the water. I have a shortcut to visibility hide selected. It's the normal shortcut, I think is Control H, but I choose it Shift H. It's comfortable for me this way. So we hide the water so we can see better what's going on. All right. And maybe, so this is how we can do it. I want to add here a loop that is exactly 20 centimeters or 20 units. But instead of adding a loop, I would make sure I move this on the grid on 10, let's say. So 10 units, 20 units, that's 20 centimeters. And then I would go to poly edit. I would select this face and I would click extrude, and I would just highlight my mouse over the surface I want to snap to, or I hold Control just to make sure. So I click accept. And if you like to move this for 20, so I'm trying now to be accurate. So I want, for example, just for the funsies. Yeah, there we go. For the distance between here and here, 20 units, and the same here, 20 units. And I want to, you guessed it now, if I go click here, I can select this face and we can extrude it. And we can take it for as long as we want. But I don't want to take it a lot. I just want to... Actually, I don't want to extrude it for now, because there might be a better way to see. I wish one of the improvements I would do on the modeling tools here, if that we could just simply extrude the value we want 20 instead of doing everything I just showed you, but that's my workaround. Right? So I came up with many crazy workarounds just to be able to do everything in terms of modeling in Unreal Engine 5. Powell, does all those console commands that we can use in Movie Render Queue in Unreal Engine 4 also work in Unreal Engine 5? That's a great question, Powell. Yes, we can. Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5, they are both the exact same engine with different user interface and UE5 with extra features that does not in Unreal Engine 4 yet, like Lumen, Nanite, and whatnot. So the full release of Unreal Engine 5 soon in future, it's the same engine. It's just like, let's imagine it as one of the developers put it, it's like 4 versions ahead. So instead of Unreal Engine 8, they called it Unreal Engine 5. So it's still the same engine in terms of UI improvements and like everything they added to it. So everything you learn in Unreal Engine 4 carries to Unreal Engine 5. So now I would like to, let's make this a unique duplicate first, okay? Because I want to set the pivot here in the middle, the center, all right? And what happened? I'm gonna select this, click on extrude, where is it? Poly edit, click this face, and just click extrude. And I am going to somehow put the pivot here. So I'm gonna copy this location. I don't know what exactly yet, but it would be easier if we were working on the 0 axis, because I want to mirror this. So first, can we set the pivot on another object? That's a good question. I don't think we can. Yeah, it won't be accurate. See, these operations we cannot do yet, like the extremely precise operations. So I'm thinking what workaround I can do for this. Well, the easiest workaround we can do for this is, okay, we can select this face and move it. Yeah, just here, whatever. And go to make a duplicate. So to make a duplicate of an asset, we press Ctrl V. Sorry, Ctrl C, Ctrl V first. And I will just mirror it here. So -1. And I move it. So I make sure it's on the grid, right? So move it here. I want it exactly 20 units away from this side. So that's here, 20 units from this side. Now these two objects are intersecting here, right? Well, what I wanted to do is to go to the modeling tools and select from polymodel boolean, and from the modeling options select union and click accept. And let's see, did it work? Like how good the topology is, right? At least we know it's not like, yeah, it's perfect, right? Yeah, that's the type of workarounds we do. And now let's say, hey, we messed up the mapping completely. No problem, because modeling, please don't crash, okay? I felt it's gonna crash. In the mapping tools, when we select a mesh, we can go to UVs and we can do project mapping if you like. But I wish if you could also set the boundaries on this like a box. So let's first of all restore this as a tab. Both. Right now it takes the size of the mesh and it's 1 by 1 by 1. So you need to do that manually. And it's gonna come up with weird numbers. I just wish, hey, like 100 units by 100 units by 100 units, it could be perfect. But yeah. So that's one of the updates I would reckon would come in future. So all of this feedback, by the way, these tools are improving. There is a whole team working on these tools. So I can't wait for the full new update in UE5 because I'm certain there are so many improvements here. But for now, let's cancel this. And instead of projection, so projection is useful in some cases. Today it's not for this. We still can make it useful, but I don't want to. I want, there is just quickly another option. So auto, existing UVs, polygroups. There are certain operations we can do for the mesh before we unwrap. So for now, the options we see in the unwrap here, if you don't know, like, why do we have a seam here, right? Because it's using the island mode on polygroups. And ideally, we should use not polygroups, unless we have like full face selected. So auto is not really good unless we play with these numbers. So anything to do with the scale. Normalize bounds. Nothing on the scale yet. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's not the best unwrapping here. That's why polygroups are kind of useful. I don't want to mess with this so much, so let's just make it easy. So projection mapping, the easiest way to work with projection mapping, like so, is just to make a box. Move this box here. So the box, later we select all these assets and unify all of their mapping UVs for channel 1. So I'm really not worried about this for now. This is why I am assigning textures, colors, sorry. But just by trial and error, you can discover so many things, and you're gonna be surprised how much you can do with the modeling tools. Okay, maybe this is way too low. So no problem. Let's make it deep. That's the whole point, right? So we go to poly edit and we select these faces that we want to make deep. We can either move them or we can extrude them. In both cases, we need to snap them to the ground, right? So to snap them to the surface here, hold Control, and you can see my mouse cursor. They're now perfectly aligned to the ground. Oh, we got some questions from Paul. Powell. In Unreal Engine 5 scene, my lumen works quite late. I mean, inside my room, lights come with few seconds delay, and all those lumen global illumination take time to lit the room. Is it due to my GPU? Might be. And lumen works progressively, like behind the scenes. It's like working on the frame behind it, so it takes time, especially if you're updating with light real fast. So don't update your light real fast if you're making cinematic or something, or your scenes. So keep it subtle, your changes slow, so you can mitigate that that effect. What is your GPU, by the way, Paul? For now, I don't want to keep anything up to the grid, so we can process, progress with our scene here. So I'm gonna make a new folder, and I'm gonna call this folder block out. All of this technically is block out, but some of them are on the grid and some of them are not, and that's my bad. But at least we know. Can also mitigate that. So we need to select this white material as well. And just get it from the details. Select our block new meshes and assign this material. F11, modeling, poly model. So I snap this to this part, and I snap this to the ceiling, and we move this here. And we put it here. 5 minutes. Let's ignore this. My OCD sometimes just this is a big floor. No, it's one of these small floors. So let's just set this to 50. Ata, look to there. Yahya has returned. Yes, I'm here. Finally. We need more tutorials on Unreal Engine 5 for architectural visualization and realism focused on materials and lighting. Thanks. You get it. So tomorrow we will start with twin motion, and we will also go with Unreal Engine 5, but meaning this theme starting the new week, which is Sunday, we will just be all about architecture. I'm just finalizing my personal project here so I can just move on with it to And I have so many plans for architecture for the next few months, actually, not only this week. But this week, just because the boys are here, everyone is here. If you want architecture, we got it. So checking the cameras again to see where we at, what we need to work on. So we need to work on some areas from here. We can simply select one of these guys. Let's put him here for now. I want to close the area. I don't want it to open. Open areas are usually hard. I'm gonna keep him on the same height. Okay. Since all of us are here now, I want to show you something. Okay. Today's stream, I wish I started with it, but got distracted. Okay. We were talking about what is it? Sand and whatnot. So let's make some sand for the floor. But before we do that, let's also select our post-process volume because the intensity is so high. The lens. So I'm gonna disable auto exposure, set it to manual. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Oh my god. We need to change the green. So before we do that, the green is gonna be the sand, I guess. But before we do that, should we do that? What is it? It's a plane. Perfect. So it's a plane and that's perfect. So let's go to modeling and let's go to rectangle. I'm gonna make a plane 2 meters by 2 meters. And we can make sure what is the plane exactly based on the Quixel assets I downloaded. I'm glad you're back, Ata. Muhammad Al-Kutu Bey. Hello, buddy. How are you? So here, the assets we're downloading from Quixel are 2 meters by 2 meters, all of them. So let's just keep it exactly that, 1-to-1. So 200 units by 200 units. And let's set the subdivisions for now, not much, but like 50 by 50. Keep the polygroup mode per face, it's okay. If you are wondering what is per quad does, if that is even English. If you go to wireframe mode, both are the exact same. Okay, but if you go to poly modeling mode and you go to poly edit, this one has so many polygons, let's say, we can choose, but these are not polygons, these are polygroups. I don't know why that's exactly, but I think for reasons. This one is the exact same mesh, but when we created this mesh, it's not set to per face, it's not set per quad, it's set to per face, which is the default behavior. All right, so this one, don't crash, bro. This one is the default behavior. And if you go to poly edit, it has only one face, even though it has so many subdivisions. So keep that in mind. Peter, welcome, Peter. Habibi. Hello, all of you. How are you doing, guys? Ata, Muhammad, and Peter. How's your weekend going? Paul, your GPU is GTX 1060 on the lower end. It's good. It's good. It's good for a start to learn. So all we need to do is to open the asset. So something I know on Quixel Bridge here, I hope they changed it. Let's see. But if we open Quixel Bridge, and if we download sand asset, so let's download the sand asset. I can't judge before I update, but let's see. No worries. Not really surface. We need surface. And let's type dune as well. Yeah, there we go. If you just type sand dune, you would get these sand textures that are so nice. And let's download this one in low quality. This one is 4 by 4 meters. Yeah, let's keep it medium quality then. Need to sign in. Let me do that. It's actually signed in automatically because I signed in earlier. So let's click download. And let's export this to Unreal Engine 5. And if we right click here, if we click go to files, we have tier 2, which is medium. So the name of the tiers are tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. This is how you know your Quixel assets. This is the thumbnail. And yeah, here we have Unreal assets. Since Unreal Engine 5 and Quixel Bridge are integrated together, we have Unreal Engine assets of the material instance and the, what is it? Texture, diffuse, normal, and a mask of the metalness, roughness, ambient occlusion, all that stuff. However, because the thing we don't have, so now if we go to the texture here, and if we can't find the texture, like here, where is it, right? Where is my texture? What we can do is we can copy asset link, and we can come here, sorry, copy asset ID. Yeah, copy asset ID. And we can come back to engine, press Ctrl space, and search. Just type the asset ID here, and if you press Ctrl B, it will take you to the folder of that asset ID. So if you assign this here, I'm gonna delete this one. I'm gonna make a copy of this one though. F11. It's just a plane, right? Need to displace it, but it's a very nice texture. So where is the displacement map? We don't have any, right? Where there is diffuse, we agree there is the normal, and we can generate it from here. So there might be better ways. So here's red. This is the this is the roughness, I think. Which one? This should be the displacement. See, the thing about the images here in Unreal Engine 5, I don't know how to take displacement as a texture by itself and go here and find, see, I'm gonna click here, make a duplicate of it first. So we have an option called displacement, all right? And that option is hidden somewhere. It's in the trial model, tree model, sorry. Yeah, displace. Here we can whether use Berlin noise, we can use random noise, we can use a texture, we can use constant. So why would you choose a constant? But you can do that. So we can use a texture 2D map, and here we can select our texture that we want to use for display. And as far as I know, we need like the displacement texture here, and we don't not a map with all the maps. So someone maybe can help me with this. So what I do for this, I open Quixel Bridge, the native one. I also download the assets here. I go to files, and this is the displacement texture. It's already here for me, right? It's high quality. It's not like what we saw. And I import it first next to my assets here. So here's the displacement. I import this separately. So we have the exact same texture, but the difference between UE4 or before, we have the textures that we can take anywhere, but Bridge in Unreal Engine 5, it will download the U assets and the tiers for the quality. So I hope this gets fixed, or we get the ability to download only the displacement. Maybe after I update my bridge, I might be lucky. I don't know. So this texture we have now, if we press, well, we don't need to press anything. Just keep it selected. Let's go to displace while this selected. And let's set that texture here. and let's give it a few seconds. And as you can see, we displaced it by 10. So let me close, not close, make my mouse slower, my speed. Yeah, now much better, holy. Right? So we have this, don't crash. It's not crash, don't worry guys. So we can set it to 50. Like, yeah, 50 is too much. But if you want to do that, you can. Say 20. And you can decrease the subdivisions, or you can increase the subdivisions. Just be careful with it. Oof, Naman. Hi, Naman. How are you? Hey, Raging. Hello. Raging Rajin. Hi, back to you, buddy. I'm reading the chat. I've got Christmas service to attend. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to all of you, my guys. Everyone. There we go. Look at that. It's low quality now, obviously. So I'm going to switch Alt 2 to see what's going on. I'm going to set this to 3. You can see we have much more polygons. Many more polygons. Much more. I don't know. You type in the chat. 4, 5, and so on. So you can displace any texture, and it's amazing. There is so much you can do with this. So when you click accept, just wait for a few seconds. Peter, I had heard that there's are incompatibilities with Nanite and traditional displacement techniques. What do you know about that? Well, right now this is not Nanite mesh, but what I would do, like once I would, let's actually see. I have a mesh in, I think it works because when you have a static mesh and you convert it to Nanite, of course there are caveats we need to keep in mind. But I will show you one of the scenes I'm creating and I'm considering using Nanite and displacements a lot in it. So what was Japanese? There we go. No. Environments. We can find that in future, but I would say if we convert this to a Nanite mesh, so damn it, and eventually we will do. So let's do that now since we're at it. Let's save everything first. And yeah, I don't know why I wanted to open the other project. We were gonna do the exact same here. So this is the mesh. And it's 1 million polygon. It's not good. So let's call it S_sand triangle, sorry, not polygon. And let's right click, Nanite, enable. Preparing static mesh. And now the mesh disappeared from the wireframe because it's a virtualized geometry right now. It's not Nanite. So you go to Nanite visualization. It's still loading. You need to be careful on the number about the number of Nanite meshes you have. Like we cannot have 50 different 50 different surfaces and have them like everywhere. So like the consideration of the number of it's like Nanite, yes, it gives us so much, you know, like we can now have 1 million piece of this, right? So go like this. Can copy this as much as we want now. And thanks to Nanite, it's like virtualized geometry. No one cares, right? Amazing. But the thing is, like let's not have a million different surface, so that like would obviously if you have many different assets, different things, you will just mess with the performance. So optimization, use it with care, you know. um don't go nuts. So if we switch back to Nanite view here, what do we have? So Nanite and triangles. This is how many triangles we have seen, guys. So let's see Nanite clusters. How is the behind the scene? Yeah, let's go. That's insane. And I think like me having 1 million here, it's going nuts. So we should not do that. Don't do what I did. I'm just like doing it for so we can all see it together. I would normally like 1 million. It's haram, bro. It's too much, 1 million for one surface. But that's what's beautiful about it. You can do it. So obviously we need to choose a texture that we can repeat. And there are many ways like to vertex paint. It's just unlimited possibilities, I guess. Doing this directly in engine, working on your displacement maps outside like word curator or any tool, importing them here. So that's dope. So maybe this guy is not 100% repetitive. We can make our repetitive surface also on Quixel Mixer. I don't think I have it installed, but it might need update. So if we just type sand and we type surface beach. No, this is not beach. My pleasure, Peter. Chill and unreal. I think this one is good. So now I just wanted to show you that this is possible. You can imagine the final result. I'm going to display so many surfaces and like change so many things. But yeah, so now what I want to do is to start putting my placeholder materials. So since I copy that ID, I can paste it here and I can download this exact asset. So I don't want medium quality. Can we cancel it? Yeah, thank you. Let's go with the low quality. I always go with the low quality first. So we should wrap up soon so I can follow along with other home stuff. I think it's been what, 2 hours almost. So yeah, let's wrap up soon, guys. So if you have any questions, anything